tire, engine, and gear. Now, what will you relate this with?
As the association.
Two-wheeler has a tire, engine and gear.
Correct?
Okay.
So, where will the arrow go?
Arrow goes to
Downward.
subclass.
Bottom up
Okay.
or down? Arrow head.
Downward.
Down, right? So, has a is top down. Has a is
As a downward or is a upward? Right?
Has a, you got to draw the arrowheads
Downward.
downwards. Okay. So some technicians are very particular about the arrowheads. Some design experts, they are very particular where they see where the arrow is going. So two-wheeler has a tire. So this is called as association. This part, the green part. And the red part is called as inheritance. Getting it? So whenever you show inheritance and you draw a diagram to show that, make sure you put the arrowheads from south to north. Okay, so this is what it means over here.
First one is
This
A
is
and down. Okay.
yeah, this is what this line means on the tutorial. Inheritance represents a
Relationship between a subclasses to parent class.
yes, parent-child relationship.
Yeah.
With the is a relationship. Okay, north to south, south to north. Okay, then okay, if I just go through this, is your intellectual level so mature that you can understand these terms? Yes. Yes, guys, has your vocabulary developed that we can understand these terms? Yes,
Yes, class, child class, super class.
right?
It's called drive class.
Yes, so what is reusability?
Reusability from the simple calci we had to the
Inheritance.
scientific calci.
Okay, okay.
So didn't we use the code which was already made?
Extend.
Extended, yes.
Yes, so that is reusability.
Yes, but inheritance.
Okay. So it says you can use the same fields and methods already defined in the previous class. Make sense?
Inherit the
And-
feature of parent in class to subclass.
So this is how it inherits: class, subclass name, extend, superclass name. Correct? Which keyword do we use
Yes.
for which keyword do we use for inheritance?
Extend.
Extends. Okay.
Super.
And then they have given this employee and programmer. So employee is a parent class and programmer is a employee, right?
Right.
Yes,
Programmer is a,
employee.
so read, how will you read this diagram? This
Associate.
arrow is denoting what? This
Association.
denoting,
Association.
is it?
This is not association. This is
Is a such
inheritance.
Who said
Programmer
association?
is the employee.
single
Programmer is the
inheritance.
employee.
The programmer is a base subclass and employee is a superclass.
No, I heard someone saying association. Amir, was it you?
Yes, sir.
See, this is the difference. Association and inheritance. This
Yeah.
you will use a lot in Spring Boot. When you will do Spring Boot, there is
Yes.
a very common term. And in the interview, the very first question, when the interviewer starts interviewing all on Spring Boot, the very first question he will ask is, what is dependency injection? What will he ask?
Dependency injection.
The dependency injection has to deal with as a. So you have to be very clear with the terms. So association and is a are two different things. So when the arrow goes from down to up, so two-wheeler is a. So two-wheeler inherits
Vehicle.
from vehicle, right?
Yes, sir.
And four-wheel also inherits from vehicle. So that is a relationship.
Is a
Has
relation.
is something very different. Has a means this two-wheeler in itself has references of these classes. So when I make the two-wheeler class, I will place references of tire, engine, and gear over here. Getting it?
Yes.
I will create references of these classes and put it inside the two-wheeler class. That is called as association. And when I just create a parent class, from that I inherit a child class. That is called as is a inheritance. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So the internet is open for you all. Try to explore it and see what extra content you can get, and then bring it on the discussion table. Sir, I was going through some online content, some YouTuber I was following, some online website I was following, and I got to see these terms and I did not understand it. The rest I understood from our sessions, but these terms I could not relate. So please, can you elaborate and explain this also? So be on self-learning mode. We are just taking sessions 2 days a week, right? That doesn't mean 5 days we are resting. So if Amir is doing some non-technical job, he says that I'm busy with my non-technical job. That means he's not focused towards Spring Boot, and he wants to make his career in that non-technical profile only then. So that is not an excuse at all. So you have to have a vision and work towards that vision. So if I show you this code, are you able to understand this code? Amir, what is this code doing?
Sir, class employee
Okay,
is a super class,
perfect.
and the class programmer is a child class.
Okay, is there any other word which we can use instead of child class?
Subclass.
Yeah,
Subclass.
Subclass.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
would
Subclass.
appreciate if you all use these terms, super and sub. I guess even the tutorials, they also use C. What is named? Okay, so this is
Class
the
and superclass.
standard
Superclass.
terminology, the universal terminology they are using. Okay.
Yeah.
In the college, when we give a viva, that time we might use child class, base class, parent class. But in the interview, we should follow the standard.
Standard
standardization.
form.
So
Yes, sir.
this is your superclass.
Yes.
Has only one single attribute. And this is your subclass, which extends from the superclass, correct?
Superclass.
Now
Yes, sir.
now my question over here is, how many total data members are there in the superclass?
1.
And my question is, I'm emphasizing on the total keyword. How many total data members are there in the
Two.
programmer class?
2.
So salary and bonus.
Yes. So how
One
come
super
salary
and one sub.
came over here, Ataullah, where I did not type salary over here?
Using extend.
By the virtue of extends keyword, we have inherited the salary from the superclass, correct?
Superclass. Yes.
Correct.
Now object I will make of which class normally? Which class has both the data?
Subclass. Sir.
Subclass.
Programmer. So I'm making object of programmer class, and with that I can access both p dot salary also and p dot bonus also. Getting it?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Simple program, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Very good. See, and this is the output. Okay. Okay. This was which inheritance? This was
Single inheritance, sir.
single, because one parent, one
Yes, sir.
superclass, one subclass, correct?
Was
Yes.
And then he's telling what are the other types of inheritance over here. So which is this inheritance?
first one single. Second
Single,
one is
multi-level,
single.
and then hierarchical.
What is hierarchy?
Yes.
Okay. And if I mix these three, I can form a hybrid one, correct?
Yes, hybrid.
Yes.
Which inheritance is left out over here?
Multiple inheritance is left
No.
out.
Multiple.
Because Java does not support that.
Yes.
This is multiple inheritance, correct?
Sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? Two parent classes, right?
Yes.
So Java does not support that. So it will tell, oh, so this is a single inheritance. So class animal, class dog extends animal. And okay, animal eats and dog barks. Correct?
Yes. Single inheritance.
Getting it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I will give you all a mantra. Follow that, okay? Okay. Data belongs to the reference. Method belongs to the object. By heart this, or try to understand if you can. What did I just write?
Data belongs to the reference. Method belongs to the object.
Yeah. So who can differentiate between a reference and object? Anyone? Shabana? Can you
Reference and
differentiate?
object.
Yeah.
Object allocate the memory for reference, and reference point out the object.
Beautiful. Perfect. Okay. Over here, in this statement, where is the reference? Where is the object? Just give me.
Student
one-
S1 is the reference and new student is the object.
Okay. So
S1 is a reference.
just give me in this format.
Okay.
Left hand side, right hand side.
Left hand side is a reference. RHS side is the object.
Perfect. You all agree with her?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So did we discuss this? I guess we did. Did we discuss this? So if let's say do you all know any famous lineage hierarchy of a celebrity, grandfather, father and his son? Any famous celebrity do you all know? Do you know 3 generations?
Shahrukh Aryan.
Hmm?
Shahrukh Aryan.
Shahrukh Aryan is 2 generations. No, I want 3 generations.
Mhm.
Okay, let me assume. Okay, let's take, I guess, this we can use. Okay.
Okay.
So we have Amitabh Bachchan as the grandfather. Yes.
Yes.
Then we have his son. That is Abhishek Bachchan, correct? And then we have Abhishek's daughter, called as Aradhya Bachchan, correct? So if Aradhya starts going to college, she starts working, she becomes that adult, 21 years of age. So if Aradhya's friend invites her for a wedding and she says to Miss Aradhya Bachchan, she says this. So who all are invited for the wedding? Hmm? Okay. If she writes on the card to Mr. Abhishek Bachchan and family. Okay, let's say Amitabh had other sons also, assuming he had son 2 and son 3, son 4, blah, blah, blah. Let's say this gentleman, okay, will not add other sons also. For the example's sake, we can just say. And they both have then each son has his own family tree. Aradhya Bachchan comes in the family tree of Abhishek Bachchan. And then there were others, okay. So Amitabh also has a daughter called as Sweta Bachchan. Now she got married, she's Svetananda, I guess. So, and XYZ other, okay, just take dummy 1 and dummy 2. So this was the lineage, and then dummy 1 and dummy 2 also had other blah 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 XYZ family tree. Okay. Okay, now my question is, if the card addresses to Miss Aradhya Bachchan, so who will go for the birthday party?
Aradhya only.
Only Radhya.
Okay,
Yeah.
now if the card says to Mr. Abhishek Bachchan and family,
Then Abhishek, Aishwarya, and child.
yeah, correct. Abhishek, his spouse, and his family, only his family tree, correct?
Yes, right.
Yes.
Okay, if that person wanted to invite Sweta, Abhishek, Aradhya, dummy 1, dummy 2, child,
Amitabh.
You will invite
Head of the
Sita.
child
family.
of dummy 1, dummy 2, grandchild of dummy 1, dummy 2, then
Head of the family is
he would address
Amitabh
to,
Bachchan.
right? He would address it to Shri Amitabh Bachchan and family, correct?
Yes, sir.
Getting this?
Yes.
So by addressing Amitabh Bachchan, is it not Aradhya invited? Yes, no, maybe.
Yes, sir.
Invited, yes.
So if this, the host who had invited, let's say Alice is the host, if Alice bumps into Aradhya the next day and she asks her, I didn't see you at the function, what happened? Why you didn't come? Can Aradhya make an excuse, I was not invited?
No.
That excuse she cannot make because she had written Amitabh Bachchan and family. So then there are two things over here. Either Aradhya doesn't consider herself a part of the Bachchan family.
Right.
Logically speaking, this is what she's trying to say. If she says I was not invited, this is what she's trying to say. This is what she means. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
She says I was not invited, means if the Bachchan family was invited and you means you're not a part of that family, right? So this same logic we can apply over here. So my question is, okay, now I'll just zoom into these three people. Okay, we can eliminate the example say, okay, let's take it, no problem. So now what I'm trying to do is, so by inviting Amitabh Bachchan, I can invite everybody, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So now if I say new Aradhya, I'm making object of whom?
Aradhya.
So on, this is object or reference?
Object.
Object. So on the LHS, I can have the reference of the same class
Hmm.
or
Right.
any of its parent class.
Same class.
I can have, I'm saying, not asking.
Okay. Sorry.
So I can
So we
have,
can say
so yes,
Amitabh is equal to new Aradhya.
perfect. You can do that also. I can say Abhishek also.
Okay.
Any of the parent class reference you can have. So even if Abhishek is invited, Aradhya is also invited, right? So if the card addresses Abhishek Bachchan and family, is Aradhya invited or not?
Yes.
Yes.
She is.
So the reference can be of, so PP new C's parent class reference can point to child class object. Getting it?
Yes.
And which is the third option we can have? I can also make Amitabh object, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And it can point to Amitabh object can point to everyone, correct?
Yes, sir.
Can I say Amitabh A4 equals to new dummy 1? Yes, no, maybe.
Yes. Yes.
Correct. This is a possibility, right?
Yes.
So in inheritance, we have to expand our vision now. So all this while we were just learning this part, right? That the reference and the object are of the same type. Now we have to add something new in our arsenal. Okay, so whenever martial arts or these guys who are into MMA, so they keep on adding new skills in the arsenal, correct? So if there was a
Yes.
kick, so I was a very big fan of a kick, the spinning kick. When I joined martial arts, I could not do that. But after 1 year practice, I can, knock down anyone with a spinning kick with high power. So now you have to keep on adding something new in your arsenal day by day. My manager would say, add something new to your resume every day. That doesn't mean I make my resume of 365 pages. But he says that if you have added core Java in your resume, then add something new of core Java in that. Daily, you should learn something new about core Java. That is what he meant. So this is what we are adding today, that a parent class reference can point to a child class object. Yes or no?
Yes.
Possible, right?
Yes, sir.
So when
Possible.
you have to now come to this. So this mantra will be helpful in this scenario. Okay, so here in this green parts, reference is of which class? Reference, the green part, reference is of which
Super
class?
class.
Very good, perfect. And the object is of which class?
Subclass.
Main
Subclass.
one. To that I am referring as P and C over here. Okay,
Okay.
because if I write S will not make sense, right? That will be very
Yes.
ambiguous. S is new S. So this is looking very ambiguous. I'm not able to relate what you're trying to say. So I made it P and C. Next, for example's sake. Is this understood, guys?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. Now just try to come to this point, okay? So let me, I'll just wipe this off. And now try to follow me, okay? So I make a class by the name father. Okay. So this father is a practicing doctor, surgeon, open heart surgeon. So I say string designation. What do I say? Is this making sense to you all? Yes, no, maybe. And this
Yeah.
father has a car. That car is, let's say, Audi.
Sir, there should be no parenthesis.
Yes. Yes. It
Yes,
seems
sir.
like a
Second
sad
line.
emoji.
Second line.
Second line, there should be no parenthesis.
Doctor after doctor.
Oh no, okay, this bracket.
Yes,
By parenthesis, I mean this. This is your
Yes.
round bracket. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Our typo. That is a sign of a good programmer, that he makes typos. So at times I do it on purpose. Okay, so this is your class father and it has one data. Okay. Okay, now I make one more class. Has inheritance happened over here?
Yes.
No.
Why?
Now it has happened.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now class, and this son is a MBA. He is a finance MBA. So his designation is MBA or qualification or whatever. And then, okay, coming back to this point. Now my question is, which car is the father driving?
Audi.
Audi. Okay. Now after inheritance, the son has inherited the car, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
which car is the son driving?
Hmm.
Which car is the son driving?
Audi.
Okay, so if I can just take this and paste it in Eclipse. Let's shut down Eclipse. Oh, let's come back and let's discuss this. Okay. So we were in inheritance demo, correct? I'll make in this only, I'll make the new classes. So I'll make a new class called father. Okay. And in that class, let's see what I can put in it. Okay. So what did I say? Father designation is? And father is driving an order. Okay. Okay, then I will make one more subclass called as son. And it extends from father. Correct? The screen visible to you all guys?
Yes.
It is, right? And this is what the sun is doing. So, yeah. So now my question is, okay, let's make it even simpler. Function name is car. And in the sun, the function name is bike. And sun is having a Yamaha. So now my question over here is, how many total data members are there in the class father?
Fathers have a total data member 1
Data member,
and one method is a car
total data member. Okay, total data member is 1.
and
Total
data method
member is
1.
and total member methods are
1.
total member methods also is 1. Perfect, absolutely correct. Now my question is, how many total data member are there in
Sun
the
class
sun?
2.
The name is same, ma'am. Name is same.
Name is same.
Variable name is same, no? Designation.
Designation. Okay.
Here also it is same. Designation. So we are overriding. What are we doing?
Overriding.
Overriding
When the
from doctor to MBA.
name which is there in the parent class, with the same name, you have this variable with the child class also. That is called as overriding. It's called as what?
Okay. Overriding.
So it is coming what, data member 1, correct? Only 1, right?
Right, right. Right, sir.
Now,
Correct.
how many member methods does the class son have?
2. Bike as well as car.
Perfect. Yes, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
If sir put data method are same name, then what we write here is 1.
Overriding.
No, when we write here public void car also, but car name is change. Then what we write here total
I'll show you.
member method is 1 or 2.
I'm coming to that. That is what I plan to teach. So I'm just building up to that.
Okay.
Okay. So now this has total data members as 2, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I go to my main class. I'll make a new main class. Will not fetch it with yesterday's main class. Okay. So I will say PP new C main. And I've got a main also. So now my question over here is, I am making object of which class?
Making an object of the subclass.
Sun class. So what all options do I have for the references?
Parent class reference?
That's the only option.
No,
Then,
I have
so if I
two
say
options.
sun,
We have a 2 options in the sun as well as
And
parent.
S1.
if I say sun, S1 is new sun. This we will call it as CC new C.
Yes.
This is which style?
Child reference
Pointing to child.
pointing to the child object.
This is also permissible. This is also this we have been doing all this while, right?
Right.
Yes.
Normally we use it.
Okay, now you have to use that mantra over here.
Yeah.
Data belongs to the, or data member.
Reference.
Data members, you can say, if we have got that. Data members belongs to the
Reference.
beautiful reference.
Okay.
Okay. And the member methods belong to the
Object.
perfect. Object. So now my question over here is, reference is of what type and object is of what type in this scenario?
Reference is a subtype, subclass.
Yes, very good. Be confident. Reference, I just keep it REF, okay? Reference is of
Subclass. And object is also a subclass here.
Correct, absolutely correct. This is the level of confidence I want to see in the interview. Is also of the subclass. Okay, making sense?
Yes.
Okay, so now when I say sys out and I say or let's say this, I want to, okay, so now if I say s1 dot car, it will call which car?
The
Audi.
reference of
Car.
subclass called to the method of parent class.
No, see, my question over here is, now we go to your son. So now which car is the son having? The one which the father gave,
Yes, Audi.
Audi, right?
Yes.
So now when I call a method,
Mhm.
method always belongs to the
Object.
Object.
Subclass
So
also.
object is of what type?
Subclass.
Subclass. So it will go to the subclass.
Yes.
So which is the car method over here?
Bike.
Subclass, the car method is the one which the father gave, right?
Mm.
So what did the father give? Which
Audi.
car?
Audi.
Audi. So what will this display?
Audi.
Correct?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And if I sys out and say s1 dot designation, now
It
designation
display
is what?
MBA.
Designation is a what? Reference, data member, or member method?
Data member.
Data member, sir.
belongs to whom?
Reference.
Subclass.
Reference.
References of what? Whose references?
Subclass.
Subclass.
It will
So it will
subclasses.
display MBA.
Yes, it will display MBA. So this should output Audi and MBA, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Making sense? Let's try to see. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I come to the sun. So the sun has total how many methods?
Two.
So there were two
One.
methods.
Total.
Two sir, bike as well as car.
Because car it has inherited, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So now the sun
External.
says, I don't like Audi, I like BMW. So he goes and the same function which was there, he overrides it. What does he do?
Override.
Oh, right.
So overriding means the function name is same in the parent and the child class and the same arguments also.
Mhm.
Function name and parameters is same. Function name as well as argument signature or parameter signature, you can say. Parameter count and type and order is same. So the father had which car? Non-parameterized car, correct?
Yes.
The son is also having the function with the same name, same argument, but different implementation, correct?
Right.
So what are we doing over here? We are
And it
overriding.
shows
What are we doing?
overriding.
So function, what does function overriding mean? Having function with the same name, with the
Same name.
same name and as well as what? Function name is same. Function parameter count is same.
Parameter count.
Same parameter count. Same type of parameters.
Yes.
And same order of parameters. Everything is same between the function in the parent class and the child class, subclass and the superclass. So does the father have a function with this name and this parameter list? Yes, no?
Yes.
And
Yes, sir.
son is also having the function with the same name and same parameter list.
Yes.
So what are we doing over here?
Overriding.
Function overriding.
Okay. So overriding inheritance is mandatory, compulsory. So what will you override? You override what you will inherit, correct? So all this while the son was using the car of his father. So there was no need for overriding. But now when the son buys his new car, so he will take the same function name and give it a different implementation, correct?
Hmm.
Get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now if I say over here, car integer x comma double y comma character z. Now am I overriding?
No,
Why no?
because there is a sir, no our method and child class have a argument method.
Yes. So
Both are changed.
so this is okay. This is matching, right? Name is matching, right?
Yes.
Same name. Parameter count is not matching. All have to match. So that parent class is having 3 parameters. I am having 0 parameters, not matching. Correct? Okay. If I give over here integer A, integer B, integer C. So now the parent class is also
Parameters
having
are the same, both data types as well as the variables. Then
So-
it take
So now this is name is matching, count of parameters is matching 3, 3, but types is not matching.
so
Their
it
type is what?
will give overriding, sir.
XYZ and ABC.
Integer, double and char, right?
Yes.
And here what
Yes.
am I giving? Only int. Okay, now what I do is int char. Now is it overriding?
Um,
No.
yes, if
No. Now the types are matching, but the
Okay.
order is not matching. All have to match. What is the order over here?
integer correct. Okay.
Double char, correct?
Okay.
What is the order over here?
Care double.
Integer
char
char
double.
double.
So this also is not overriding.
Okay.
Now if I say now,
Function overriding.
yes, now it is all are matching, right? Name is matching, count of parameters is matching, types of parameters is matching, order of parameters is matching. Now you can call it as
Function overriding.
is who's understanding this? Anyone?
Yes. Got it.
Got it, right? What it means by matching? Okay. Now, if I would write this, is it overloading?
Sir, when child
Am I-
super class
am I-
have no
am I overriding over
method
here?
also, then it's
Am I overriding over here?
No.
So now there are how many car methods in my class, in the subclass? Who can tell me?
2.
Two. Which are they? One which I get from the father, which is of,
Yes.
which is of which signature?
And BMW.
Okay, so this is all not, you don't have to type over here. I'm just showing to you all that this something might have come of this nature.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so which was it? Integer A and
Care B.
cap B and
Double.
double C. And what was the implementation for that? OD, right? So now my question is, how many car methods does my class son have?
2 method.
Two methods with two different signatures.
Yes.
So when the
Yes.
function name is same and signature is different, it's called as function overloading. It's called as,
Okay. Function overloading.
Function overloading.
so who has understood these terms now?
Clear, sir.
And for function overloading, inheritance is not mandatory. Even without inheritance, I can do function overloading. Can you
Mhm.
show me example of function overloading over here? Line number 11, line number 19. I'm giving a very big hint.
Yes, sir. First is
Sir, is the constructor, na sir? Constructor
Constructor
overloading
function.
constructor is also a function.
That's VIP function.
Yes. Yes.
Constructor, we are
Correct,
always
sir.
calling a VIP function, right?
Yes, sir. It's also a function. Yes.
It's also a function.
Yes.
So what am I doing over here? Constructor overloading. What am I doing?
Yes.
Constructor
Constructor
overloading.
overloading.
Having the function with the same name, but
But
with
different
different
arguments.
signatures.
Yes, sir. Correct.
For overloading, inheritance is not mandatory. Is it mandatory for you to have inheritance for overloading?
No.
No.
In the same class, we can do this, right? So in the same class, I can just make two functions with the same name and just have a different signature. So point function F1, give some implementation to it, and I can make a same function with the same name, just give some different arguments, and now I have done the overloading. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So overloading is very simple. So how will it differentiate? Sir, how will it call then? Which function to call? This to call this F1 or this F1? That depends on the parameter I pass.
Parameter. Yes, sir.
If I have a reference S1 and I say
Yes.
S1.F1, we'll call which F1? Line number 37, correct?
Yes, 37.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
S1.F1.
Depending on call.
Yeah, depending on the call, it will call. So now
Yes.
I'm calling F1 with which type of argument? Integer.
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 We'll call this F1.
41. Yes, 41. Line number 41.
Guys, so how it will differentiate between the overloading? If I have one more F1 which has signature of integer A comma integer B. Now if I want to call this F1, how will I call it?
S1 dot F1 parenthesis.
10, 10,
10,
whatever
comma
you
10.
want.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so now if I am calling S1 dot F1 100 comma 27, we'll call which F1?
45.
We'll call which F1? 45, right? Correct. Is there any ambiguity, any confusion? Sir, in overloading, how will we know then which function will be called? It will be called based on the parameters you pass. Getting it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Overloading.
Yeah. So but there's a confusion in overriding because even the arguments are same, correct? Then how will we differentiate which function is being called? So that is what I have given you all the mantra for. Is this
Yes,
understood what is overriding? Is overriding understood, guys?
Yes. sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Is there any overriding happening over here? Is there any overriding happening over here?
Yes, sir.
Overriding.
Yes. Happening
Yes.
from Audi to
No.
BMW.
Yeah, so now
No.
I will remove this also. Now,
Yes. Here.
Yes.
Yes.
now I am getting the car as inheritance, plus I am giving my own implementation also to the car. So I am overriding the car method, correct? Because the
Yes,
function name also is same, count of parameter is same, type of parameter is same, signature of the parameter is same, all is same. So I am overriding it, correct?
I want to ask just one question to you, sir. Sir, what is the difference between constructor and method, and
Constructor has the
where
same
we
name
use
of that.
constructor and where we use method?
Constructor we use at the time of object initialization.
Okay.
And we create
When?
a new object. At that time, what value that object should have in the initial stage,
Hmm.
that will be specified by the constructor.
Yes.
Mhm.
And
And
constructor name should be as class name.
Yeah, the name should be same as
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah.
ठीक है.
Getting Okay, now my question to y'all is, now once we got output Audi and MBA, now when I come here, now what will be the output?
Is my question is not completed, Ans, please can you elaborate the where we use constructor and where we use method? When we confuse, can we call a method or a constructor to how we would differentiate it?
Constructor is the VIP method.
Okay. But how we know where we call method or where we call constructor?
Did you go through the previous recording, Shabana, of constructor?
Sir, I want to just a short reviews if you
That
give
would take a whole
then.
new dimension to this session, and it will take the discussion to a different direction, and we'll miss out on this concept then. So I would recommend
Okay.
that you revisit that episode, and if you still
After
have
class, last 5 minutes, you can
Okay,
explain
okay,
if
that would be-
possible.
yeah, that would be good. After the class, we can have it. Yeah, that would be
Okay.
good. After 11.
Thank you.
Okay. So now my question comes back over here. Now which car is the father driving
Audi.
and which car is the son driving?
BMW.
BMW.
And which bike is the son driving?
Yamaha.
Okay, now how many total methods are there in the class, son?
3.
Why
Three.
3? We overridden the car, no?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
okay,
right,
yes,
right,
yes.
right.
2.
Is a two,
Two.
sir,
Not
bike
two,
and
sir.
car.
Two.
Overloading. If I would do this, Amir, then you could say 3. Because we have a
Yes.
non-parameterized car and we have a parameterized car. So 3.
Yes. Correct, sir.
Now we have only one car, we have overridden that car, okay?
Overriding. Yes.
Override means overshadow it.
Yes.
So how many methods we have till now?
2 method. Yes, sir.
So earlier the car method had implementation as Audi, right? And now the car method has implementation as BMW, correct?
Correct.
Okay, now I come back to the main and I make object of S1. So references of which class?
Class.
Subclass. And object is of which class?
Subclass. Both the same.
All are same, right? Now I call S1 dot car. So I'm calling car. So car is what? Method or data member?
Method.
Method.
Method belongs to whom?
Method belongs to the object.
Object.
Object is of which type?
Sun type.
Subclass.
We'll call the son's car. Which is the son's car now?
Sanskar now is a
BMW.
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 What will it display?
BMW.
BMW.
Perfect. And when I say designation is what?
Data members
Data
belongs
method
to the
Belongs
reference.
to the reference. Reference is of what type?
S1 is a subclass.
Subclass. So what is subclass
Yes.
designation?
MBA.
So what will this display?
MBA and BMW. First
MBA, right?
method is BMW and data member is MBA.
Who understood this?
Yes, sir.
Correct?
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Even on the same platform? Okay,
Yes, we are.
actually-
Now we are looking for PP to new C.
Okay, now we'll try to raise the bar. Is this permissible?
Yes,
This will become
Yes, sir.
what then?
Then here is a sir reference belongs to a
Reference
father
belongs
class.
to
Then
super-
it shows a Audi car, sir.
Perfect. So reference is of superclass, object is of subclass, correct?
Yes.
So
yes.
let's say now S1 dot car.
RD and MBA.
So car is a method, right?
Yes, sir.
Method belongs to the
Method belongs to the object.
Object.
Object
method
is
belongs to the object. Object is of whom?
sun class,
Sun class
subclass,
is car
sir.
is- Sun class is car is what?
BMW.
Sun class is
BMW,
car.
BMW.
BMW, correct?
Yes.
So we'll display BMW. And when I say S1 dot designation, what is designation?
Data member belong to the
That belongs to
reference.
the reference. Reference is of
Reference.
what type?
Father,
Father
Father.
designation is.
Doctor.
doctor,
So what will this display?
doctor or BMW.
Hmm?
BMW doctor.
Perfect. Let's test it out. And this is the moment of truth. Who understood this? Tell me. Very, very, very important to understand. Yes, no, maybe guys.
Yes.
Sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You are getting it right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is it anything else which is going too fast to blur? I am raising the altitude gradually. So there will be some suffocation. There will be a reduction in supply of oxygen. I realize that. So I'm going very, very, very slow. And then when we will reach zero gravity, I will start floating. So I want you all to reach that level. So is this understood?
Yes, sir.
Everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Understood, sir.
Okay, now I'll gradually raise the bar. Okay, so be with me. So if I want to read this designation, I take a method which returns with a designation. Have you done getter settle with y'all?
No, sir.
No?
Getter setter. Not yet.
Okay, then let's skip that. It's not nothing. So just I wanted to highlight this part. This was very, very, very important. This is very widely used in the corporate world. This is very, very, very widely used. Very means very. Very, very. You can add n number of varies to this concept. So this has to be very clear. So this will not always be the case that the reference and the object will be of the same type. The reference can also be of type. Reference can also be of type what?
Superclass.
Superclass. Perfect. Or the
Parents class.
parent class, grandparent class, whatever class. In that hierarchy,
Yes.
any class.
in
Okay.
Super class.
Okay. So this is out of the window. I guess you'll have understood this thoroughly. Now we can go to a next point of discussion. Okay, so inheritance understood, guys.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
Then what we just did, you know,
Can
how
we solve
chocolate-
a
how
question
chocolate
based
was-
on this here, sir?
yes, ma'am.
Can we solve the question based on this here, sir?
Yes, you can solve questions over here. You know how chocolate was invented? One farmer, he had coffee beans, and
Yes.
a cat came in the room. It spilled some milk. Okay, and it chewed into the sugar sacks,
Like caramel for
and all these mixture formed overnight And then in the morning when he went and tasted, it was taste was pretty good. So he then thought of making chocolate. So we have unintentionally or intentionally have done one more feature of Java. What is that?
Office.
Polymorphism.
And that is function overloading and function overriding. So there is no need, I guess, to take an extra session for that. So this is called as polymorphism attribute or feature of OOPS. So what is the difference between them? Whole recap fast, 30 seconds.
Function overloading means have a same name, same data type, same method name.
Yeah, same method name. Yeah, same name. And
Different parameters.
yes, and different
Parameters,
parameters.
right?
It's called as
Functional overloading.
what is function overriding?
Functional overriding have a same method name, but the same parameters also. Same method name as well as same parameters.
Same order also.
Yeah, that is
Huh?
understood. Yeah, that okay. Amir, same order, same count, same type.
Yes.
That detailing we can go, but I just for the overview. Okay. So now my question is, inheritance is compulsory for which one?
Function overriding.
Beautiful. Here, inheritance is mandatory. Because without inheritance, you cannot override, because that function should be there in the parent class, correct? For you to override.
Yes,
And for overloading,
it is not
it
mandatory.
can be done without inheritance also. Okay. So in which one do I know before only which function will be called?
Sorry, sir. Can
Overloading
you
or overriding?
repeat your question, please?
In which one?
Yes, overriding.
Overloading or overriding, as a programmer, I know which function will be called.
Overriding.
Is it? Or in overloading?
Function overloading
If
is
I have an
first.
area function for a circle, I will just take a radius.
Okay.
If I have an area function for a rectangle, I will take length and breadth, correct? So now,
Yes,
if I call the area function and pass to it 10, 20, as a programmer, don't I know beforehand which area will be called?
integer and breadth.
Which area will be called?
Length and breadth.
Depending on calling.
So at the time of calling only I know, right?
Yes.
At the
Yes.
time of calling, I know where it will map to, right?
Okay, yes.
It will map to, correct? So this is called as early binding. It's called as what? So,
Totally binding.
so polymorphism is of how many types? 2 types. Static polymorphism and dynamic polymorphism. Okay. So static polymorphism is also called as early binding. So it's also called as compile time polymorphism. Okay. Similarly, dynamic is called as, tell me, guys, just the opposite. Come on.
Yes. Runtime.
Opposite of early.
Okay.
I was early to class. I was
Late.
Late
to
binding.
class. And compile time opposite is
Runtime.
getting it. So, and this is your function overloading, because at the time of invocation only I know it will call which function. Getting it? And this is function overriding. Because it gets delayed and checks which reference is there, then which object is there, then depending on the reference, depending on the object, I will conclude. I cannot conclude right now which one will be called. I will first have to check which reference is there, which object is there, then only I can let you all know. Getting it, guys? Is
Yes,
the
sir.
difference understood? What is early binding and late binding? So why is
Yes.
it called early binding?
It executed during the compile time. That's the reason we call it
Compile
early
time only
binding.
I will know this area will call which area method, which will this invocation will point to which method, area A or area B, A or B.
B.
Calling
At
as a
the
B.
compile time only it is determined that the method will call which, the invocation will point to which method body. So it is called as early binding. The binding is done at compile time only. That this call will be binded to this method, correct? And if I want to,
Yes.
if I say area and if I pass to it 5, now to which
It
method
shows
will
a
this
A.
call?
A.
So at the compile time only, I am 100% sure that this will bind to A.
Depending on the invoking the function.
Yes, so that's why it is called as early binding
Yes.
or compile time polymorphism or static polymorphism. Okay.
Mhm.
And in the overriding, unless and until I know the which is the parent class, which reference is of what type, object is of what type, I cannot conclude anything, right?
Right, sir.
So if I change the reference, then
Change the value.
the method will, invocation will change, right? From
Yes,
car of father to car of son. Correct.
Mm. Correct.
That's why it is called as late binding. The binding is delayed till runtime
Yes, sir.
because memory allocation happens at runtime. Correct.
Mm.
So this also I wanted to just throw some light on it. So I guess we are clear with it right now. Types of polymorphism.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What are types of polymorphism? Full recap in 30 seconds.
Static and dynamic.
And other names of static. Static polymorphism, also known as
Function of overloading.
early binding, also
Early
known
binding.
as compile time. Dynamic polymorphism, also known as
Late binding.
also
Runtime.
known as.
Late
And
binding.
how are they achieved? How are they achieved in Java? So how do I achieve static polymorphism?
With function overloading.
Correct. You achieved by function overloading. So static polymorphism is achieved by function overloading and dynamic polymorphism is achieved by
Function overriding.
function overriding. Is this making sense to you all?
Yes, sir.
So far, so good. Okay, very good. Now, one more thing. There is your best friend, your childhood best friend, and this is a person who you tend to ignore. He, let's say, embarrassed you in some function, and since then you don't hold this person in high regards. Okay, so you ignore this person or you hate this person. Okay, and this person also knows this, the fact that you don't like him, you hate him. So it's your birthday. Okay, this is you and it's your birthday. So how will you invite this person? And how will you inform this person that you please don't come? That this person doesn't come and mess up your mood in that event. So you want to give the signal very crisp and clear to this person that your presence is compulsory, and to this person that you please do me a favor by not coming.
Don't send the cards
No,
or the
he's shameless. You know, that shows his etiquette shows, no, he's embarrassing people in public events. So he is a shameless person. He's some relative is there. So relative means someone will get the invitation, so he will come, right? He will come along with it. He's some cousin of yours. So if the uncle gets the invitation, he will get his son. But you want this cousin to get the signal crisp and clear, straight, that you are not expected and please don't come. And this best friend should get clear signal that you have to come, even though if you have to board a flight and come, you have to come. So this person is must come, right? So how will you say you are invited to my birthday? If you have time, you can come. Will you text him in such a way that, so if this is Alice, and you will say, hi Alice, if you have time on so and so date, please try to make it to my birthday. I would be very happy. Will you invite like this? What would be the text which you will compose on WhatsApp to Alice? And what would be the text which you compose to this person, Ben? And your communication should be very crisp and clear. There should be no ambiguity in Alice's mind that, okay, I should go, I should not go. It is not high priority. Are you understanding the use case, guys, what I'm trying to say? So what text will you compose to Alice? Yes, Farooq.
Yes, sir. You are my best friend and you are most welcome and your presence is must.
So you'll also add, I will not cut the cake till you come, right?
Right.
And I want you to hold my hand and cut the cake. XYZ to flatter Alice. To show the importance. So Alice knows in the back of my mind that if I don't go, if I am late, the people are waiting for me, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
He tries to make it on time. So you will send that message to Alice. And what message will you send Ben?
So you are not expected. Don't come here.
It means he will say,
If you will come, I will not cut the cake.
yeah, I will dump the cake.
Leave.
Yes.
I will leave the
For
party.
coming here.
I will leave the party. Something of this nature, right? And you will CC his father and his mother also in that message. So he knows, okay, my parents are aware now that and they'll tell him also, Ben, you please stay away, correct? So like this, we have two keywords, abstract. So a message going to a best friend and person you hate is different, right? So we have two keywords over here in Java. Which are they? Which are they?
Abstract and final.
Abstract and final. Okay. So there are two very important keywords, abstract and final. So if I add these keywords before a function name, see the magic, what happens? Or what should ideally happen? So let's come back to the father class, correct? So I come here. If I add word, I add
Abstract.
okay, then this class also becomes abstract. So what keyword did I write? What keyword did I write before the function?
Abstract.
Abstract means Alice compulsory to override. You have to override. What you have to do?
Override.
Have to, not your, there is no option over there. Okay. And if there's some casual colleague of yours and you're inviting, you will just send a casual message. If you come, well and good. If you don't come also, not a problem. But to the best friend, what will you say? Have to come, right?
You'll have to come, yes.
So a function to which I prefix the abstract keyword is you,
Have to,
it becomes must override. What does it become?
must.
Must override means function with the same name, same argument has to be there in the subclass, and he is now fulfilling the promise by overriding, correct? If I don't override, it will throw an error. So if I remove this code, there should be some red lines over here. Got it? And what is that red line indicating? If I take the mouse over there, what is it saying?
The
The
types
types
and
must-
implement the innovative abstract method further.
Must implement. It has to give body to the abstract methods. Okay. So abstract methods are must override methods. What are they? An abstract method don't have any implementation of their own. They don't have any implementation of their. So they just have a method signature, but no method body. See, this is what I mean by method signature and method body. What is this line number 6? Line number 6.
Method.
Bike method.
Method signature, which indicate what is the name of the method, what is the return type of the method, what is the access specifier of the method, what are the parameters of the method, blah, blah, blah. So all that information you can get from line number 6 alone, correct? That is called as method signature. It's called as what?
Method signature.
Then what is line number 7, 8, 9?
7 is a statement, is the body of the method.
So I wanted one, yeah, only just once in one line I want to explain. What is this? This is the body of the method, right?
Right, no block.
That is the body of the method, okay, which we call as definition, method definition. So abstract function, what will it have? Only abstract method will have what? Only signature. Only what? Are you able to see this?
Yes.
So what does the abstract method have? It has only a.
Signature.
Signature.
Does it have any implementation?
No.
Who will give the implementation? The
Body. Sun.
subclass will give. Who will give?
Sun. Yes.
Subclass has to compulsory override it. If it does not override it, it will throw an error. See over here. Am I understood?
Yes. Little
See,
bit.
if the father has one more method, okay, the father has a method public void f1. Now tell me, is f1 abstract? Is f1
Right now,
abstract?
no.
Why no?
Because there is no use of abstract key with this
No
method.
Yes, very good. First indication is you told no use of abstract keyword. Very good.
With this method.
Okay, very good. Nice. And second indicator is it has an
F1
implementation. It has an function body. It has a
function body.
body. F1 has a body or not?
Yes.
Yes,
So
it
these
has.
two things are indicating it is not an abstract function.
First one is the abstract key. Second one is the body of the function.
So now is car function abstract?
Yes.
What are the two
Yes.
indicators in an abstract function?
Abstract keyword.
First one is a keyword, and second one, it has no body.
Perfect, absolutely
method.
correct. This is what is expected. It has abstract keyword prefix to it, correct?
Yes.
And second, it has no function body, which clearly indicates it is an abstract function, correct?
Right, sir, correct.
Okay, so F1 is like your any other relative, any other colleague. You may override F1, you may not override F1. It is not compulsory. So has the sun class overridden F1? Has the sun class overridden F1?
No.
Yes, no, maybe,
No, sir.
No.
no. So is it compulsory for it to override?
No, it's not compulsory.
Not compulsory. So it is just like your remote colleague whom you interact once in a while. So he may come, he may not come, you are okay. Even if it does not come, you are okay. So this is your F1. You may override, you may not override. So here, am I overriding F1? Am I
No.
overriding F1?
You can.
Am I doing it right now?
Yes, you
No.
can. Sir,
As of now, am I doing it or not?
your choice, sir. Right now, here is your choice. You can or you
I'm
cannot.
not doing, but if I want, I can do also. So I can say public void function with the same name, same argument, and overriding means giving a new body, so if that function already has a high, I will not write high over here, that there was no use of overriding. I will say by.
Hmm.
Correct?
Yes, correct.
So normal function, it up to my choice whether I want to override or not override.
Yes.
But abstract function,
It's a
Must
compulsory, must.
compulsory to override. Yes, that is the word I was looking for. Compulsory to override. If you don't override, it will not compile. So it will not override. If you don't, I will not even cut the cake. So it is telling now I can come here and I can delete this. This was optional, right? Maybe, maybe not. But if I delete the car, is it allowed? What is this telling? You must implement the abstract method, correct or not?
Correct, sir.
So got the difference? What is abstract keyword? Got the logic of abstract keyword? So that
Yes, sir.
function in the parent class, it has no implementation. But whichever class is inheriting that class has to give it the implementation. Is called as abstract function. Getting?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then what is the opposite of abstract?
It has the method with.
No, what is the opposite of abstract? You see my screen?
We
I know.
can.
Yes. So that
Okay, is a final keyword.
final keyword, right? What is the opposite of abstract? Opposite of abstract is final.
I know.
So now if I come here, okay, I revert back to my old car. Okay, and revert back to my old car from father. Okay, and this was Audi, right? And if I say public final R means what? Means what?
It will not override.
That message
It
is
means
not,
car is mandatory to write there. I think finally it's
Ben has to
most
get
compulsory.
the signal very crisp and clear, Farooq. Ben has to get he's shameless. He has to get the signal very crisp and clear. So if you just say don't come, he'll say you're kidding. You'll have to magnify and take it to that level where his parents know, his friends know that you're not allowing him to come. Just the extreme. What is the extreme of must? So what is must override? What is the opposite of must override?
Maybe override.
Maybe is again, he may come.
Not
he may come.
override. It cannot be.
Cannot override.
Be. This cannot
You
override.
cannot override it. Just the opposite. Right? What is the opposite of must and opposite of must?
Cannot, yes, sir.
Cannot.
You cannot override it. If you try to override, it will throw an error now. In your abstract function, if you did not override, it threw an error. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
But the final method, if you will try to override, it will throw an error now. So now, am I overriding the car or not?
Yes.
So what is the error message?
Yes.
Read the error message.
You're using final.
Okay, if you
Cannot.
use a final, it cannot.
Cannot.
Yes,
So you cannot come.
yes,
Come, you should not come, right? So now I cannot override a final method. So final method will be inherited, but it cannot be overridden.
Mhm.
Tell me who's understood the difference between these two keywords now, and who
Yes,
can
sir.
explain to the class?
I understand, sir.
Yes, tell Shabana. Please explain it to the class.
Sir, according to a abstract class, it can be override is must.
Method, not class.
Okay, sorry, abstract method.
Mhm.
To override is must here, and in case of final, it cannot override.
You cannot override an abstract.
Yeah, right, sir.
Getting it? Farooq,
Yes, sir. Correct.
Farooq is there?
Yes, sir.
Got this logic?
Common class allow the child
Yes, sir.
class who
Other
can
Ataullah, Mehtab,
override in abstract method.
Ataullah, Mehtab, got this concept?
Sir, someone microphone is on, due to which there is some noises coming from the background.
Okay.
I mean,
As you all speak, switch on the microphone, and once you all stop speaking, please put on mute. Okay. So only unmute for the time you are speaking, and then unmute it back. Good one. Okay, yeah. Farooq, you got this concept, right?
yes, sir.
Mehtab?
Yes,
Ataullah?
sir.
Is the
Yes.
concept clear of abstract method and final method?
Yes.
Who is this? Ataullah or Mehtab?
Ataullah.
Ataullah got it. Mehtab,
Yes, sir.
what is the abstract method? See, I told I don't want close-ended answers. Yes and no. I want open-ended answers. Elaborate. So just telling a yes and no will not land you a good job. The interview will ask for explanation.
It must be overturned.
It must be override, compulsory to override. Okay. Okay. Now, if a class contains a single abstract method, if a class contains a single abstract method, such a class is called as abstract class. It's called as what? So if I make public abstract void F1. So this is the abstract method in the class, correct?
Yes.
The class father have an abstract method.
Hmm.
Does the class father have an abstract method?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
if a class contains even a single abstract method, such a class becomes an abstract class. Getting?
Can you
Okay.
repeat again, sir, please?
If a function, such a class is called as an abstract class. See, Shabana, does the class father contain any abstract function? As of now, on the screen. Does the class father contain any abstract function? Yes, no,
Yes.
yes. Which one?
Uh, No, there's no any abstract method right now.
Right now it is not there, so no need to make the class abstract.
Yes. Okay,
But-
the abstract class can call only a abstract method.
No,
When we write a abstract with the
that is-
father class, then we can mention here a abstract with a method.
see, what I'm trying to say is, does the class father have any abstract method right now? How many methods are there in the class?
One method, only one method.
Okay, now let me add few more methods with their
The
implementation.
two method.
Okay, so now let me add few more methods. So now tell me, how many methods are there in the class father?
3.
Which are they? Which are they?
First one, car, F1 and F2.
Are all are having a body?
Yes, all are having.
Any abstract method?
No, no, there is no
You
abstract
don't need
method.
to add abstract keyword over here.
Okay.
But if I add one abstract function over here,
Hmm.
means I have to remove the implementation, correct?
Yes, correct.
So now, does the class father have any abstract method?
Yes, abstract method have, but it shows a red line.
Yeah,
I
why?
think
Because if a class contains an abstract method, compulsory you have to declare that as an abstract class.
okay.
Now
Yes,
the
sir, I got it.
now the red
The
method,
concept of this.
now the red method will do. Who understood this sentence?
Yes, sir, I understand.
Yes, sir. I.
Amir, Shabana. Farooq,
Yes, got it.
what was it? What sentence was it?
Sir, repeat it.
If a
Can I?
in the single abstract method, such a class becomes an abstract class.
Yes, sir. Correct.
So is there any abstract method in this class, father? Yes.
Yes, sir.
So this abstract father class becomes the abstract class. Getting? Farooq?
Yes, sir.
So a class which is made abstract as compulsory to be inherited becomes a must inherit class. Becomes a what? Must.
Right, have to inherit it.
If you have to inherit it. If you don't inherit it,
Hmm.
because you cannot make object of abstract class. You cannot make a. Now I cannot go and say father F1 is new father. I cannot make an object of the abstract class. This is not permissible. Not permissible. What did I just say? See, what is the abstract class, Amir?
Abstract class in which we have to define abstract method.
If a class contains a single,
Abstract.
even if it contains one abstract method,
Yes.
the class is called as
Abstract class.
an abstract class. You cannot make an object of abstract class.
Okay.
Abstract class cannot be instantiated. Abstract class cannot be what? Means cannot create an object of abstract class. Not create an object of abstract class. Abstract class object cannot be created. So you cannot say new and the abstract class name. This will not allow you. You can create a reference. You can create a reference, but you cannot create an object. I am saying what? Create an. What am I highlighting?
Curated
And
object.
create an object.
So what is reference and what is object? The LHS is a reference, correct?
Yes, sir.
So what is this? LHS or RHS?
RHS.
What is not allowed of abstract class? LHS or RHS?
RHS.
RHS not allowed, okay?
Yes,
So
sir.
then what should we do with the abstract class then? You have to compulsory inherit it. Compulsory.
Inherited.
So here I am compulsory inheriting it, correct? And then what is the responsibility of the class which is inheriting it? What is the responsibility of the class which inherits the abstract class?
Must override.
Yes, it must override all its abstract methods. So how many abstract methods are there? The class father.
One abstract method.
Which one?
F1. F1.
So who will give body to F1?
Son.
Some subclass.
Subclass. So
Son,
now when son
yeah.
will come here, and now son will override the abstract. It will remove the abstract keyword, and now it will override that method and give some implementation to it.
Okay.
Whatever implementation it wants to give. Now the error has vanished. Getting it? So what
Yes,
is
sir.
an abstract class? Let me take an example. Okay. You have studied physics, I assume. Yes, no, maybe.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You all have studied physics, right? So what is a prism? What is a prism?
Prism.
Yeah.
Where the rays
RIS.
passes out.
Huh?
Razor passes out in
Ray.
prism.
So my question is, what is white? What is black? And what is gray?
Is name of color.
Okay, name of color. White is presence of all colors. Presence of.
Yes. All colors.
So if a white light passes through a prism, a
Mhm.
vapor will be formed, right? Because the
So
white
it
light contains all
reflect
colors.
more colors, different type of color it
So
shows.
what is black then?
It absorb all the colors.
The absence of all colors.
Yes.
So if white is presence of all colors, black is.
Absence of all.
White is black.
Absorb all colors.
Black is opposite of white, and
Yes.
so look for a word which is opposite of presence, which is
Absence.
absence. Okay.
Absence.
Then what is gray?
Mixing of white and black.
Perfect. Okay. Mixture of black and white. Is this making sense till now? Okay. Now I make a class A. Now tell me how many functions are there in this class?
Only one function is a void F1 right now.
I have not closed the class yet.
And now two function.
So my question is, how many functions are there in this class A?
There
Total
is a two
functions, tell me.
function.
So
Both are
number
both have the same name F1.
Okay, sorry, my bad. My bad. For overriding, we need two classes, right? So I'm not dividing the same class. So how many functions are there?
Two
Total
function.
Two functions.
The number of functions are how many? Yeah, total number of how many functions? Total number of functions. Methods, you can say, right?
Both are same, na sir? No function or
Yeah,
method.
Yeah, method. Let's stick the keyword method. So total number of methods, how many?
Two.
Very good. So we all are saying 2. And how many methods have a body?
Two.
Total number of methods are 2.
Yes, both.
And how many methods have a body?
Both of two.
Two methods.
Two methods. So
Yes.
presence of all bodies.
Yes.
Yes, no, maybe. Like presence of all colors. The body.
Yes, sir.
So such a class is called as concrete class. It's called as what?
Concrete class.
A class which each method has an implementation is called as concrete class. Okay, making sense?
Okay.
Okay, now I come back over here. Okay, I make something over here. Okay, let's say B. Something, some keyword followed by B. How we had class A, some keyword and B. Okay, I'll replace that keyword later on. And now tell me how many functions are there? Yes, no, maybe.
Two.
And how many are they having a body?
0.
So are they
Zero.
having, is this F1 having a body?
No.
No.
So which is which function? Which is that function which does not have any implementation?
Both of two. F1 and F2.
I'm asking what should be prefixed for a function which does not have any implementation? Which keyword should be prefixed? Hmm?
Abstract. Abstract keywords is used for.
So both the functions are abstract over here.
Yes.
Okay. So how many functions? Total number of functions?
Total number of function here is 2
And
without body.
number of bodies? How
No
many
bodies
bodies?
here.
How many methods or functions, whatever you call them? Okay, I'm just
Okay.
can use the same keyword function
Hmm.
interchangeably. Have a body.
No. No
Zero.
one. 0.
Okay. So absence of all bodies, like
Yes.
absence of all colors in black.
Mm.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So that is called as an interface. It's called as what?
Interface.
So there is a class and there is an interface. So what is an interface? Which contains
Interface.
only
Functions. Methods.
confident, guys. I have got a level of confidence in the answer.
Only method.
I don't want you murmuring and speaking to yourself, not whispering. I want a very prompt, crisp, and clear, confident answer. So even if you are 10% confident, you will overtake a person who is 90% knowledgeable. So confidence always overtakes knowledge. So if you are 90% knowledgeable and confidence is 10%, then you are down. So you have to increase your confidence. So 10% confidence will play a very big role. So if you just keep on accumulating knowledge and confidence keeps going down, then that will not help. So answer should be with confidence. Don't murmur. My question is, what is an interface now?
Interface have a abstract keyword with no body. Body. Right.
Interface is a block which contains only abstract methods.
Okay.
A piece of code which contains 100% only what?
Abstract.
Abstract methods. No function no method in interface has implementation. It contains only
Abstract method.
abstract method. Got it? Now I come to what is gray. So I form something called as C also. Something called as C I will form. Okay. And now tell me. So I'll pick one from here. Because I want to form gray, right? I want to form gray. So I take one bottle of white. And I take one bottle of black to form gray. So now tell me, total how many functions?
Here's the two functions. One have a body and another have a abstract keyword.
Total functions how many?
Two.
Two. Total bodies how many?
One.
And abstract how many?
One.
So this is what mixture of abstract and bodies.
One.
So this is called as abstract class. This is called as what?
Abstract class.
So abstract class is something, a class which will, some method will have an implementation, and even if you have one abstract method, that class still becomes an abstract class. Getting it? So if it is your final year and you have appeared for 6 subjects, you get 90%, 90%, 90%, 90% in the 5 subjects, and one subject you are absent, you're not feeling well that day you are absent. Will they grant you the graduation degree? Will the university grant you a degree?
No.
No, they will ask you to clear this, right?
Yes.
Next semester you will sit and you will only give one subject. In that you have got 99% because you studied twice for that. Then they will grant you the degree, correct? So my question is, how many functions are there in this C, class C? Two functions. And
Yes, sir.
one of them, one is abstract, correct?
Right, sir.
So if a class contains even a single abstract function, that class is called as
Abstract class.
abstract class. Can we instantiate abstract class? Can I say equal to new C? Is it permissible to
No.
create an object of abstract class?
No, sir.
Oh, right? So what
Yes.
should be done with the abstract class then? You have to compulsory inherit it. Compulsory do what?
Inherited.
So what will you make? Class D extends C. Now what should D do now? What should you do the next semester then? Will you give all 5 subjects? Or only that subject which you were absent?
Only the subject which I absent.
So what will class D do now? Class D has extended C.
Hmm.
So what is the abstract function?
Here we call it
Body.
Compulsory override, right?
yes, sir. Void F2
You do,
and then
he will give body
the
to
body
the
part. Yes, of course.
some body he will give to the void F2 function,
Hmm.
whatever it wants to give. Blah blah blah. And now can I make object of D class? Can I make object of D class?
Yes.
Why? Because yes, D has become concrete class now. So D now has 2 methods and both have implementation, correct?
Right, sir.
So abstract class is one which contains a method which has no implementation. You have to compulsory extend that class. Am I understood?
Yes, sir.
Amir? Amir is there? Okay, might be
Yes,
away.
sir.
What is an abstract class?
Abstract like is 1 minute, sir. Sorry, sir.
A single abstract method is there, will become abstract class.
You can have more than one also. Farooq.
Class can be extended.
One or more abstract method
Yes.
Yes, sir.
called as a.
Abstract class.
Then what to do of abstract class? Can I create its objects?
No, sir.
Yes,
Only
sir.
What,
No, sir.
what is it used
No,
for?
no. No, sir, we cannot create
What is it
new
used for then?
extends.
And then the class which is extending it, what is that class's responsibility?
Sir, to call
Call. See, our
Call the
Extend, sir.
Oops vocabulary has improved tremendously. We have got these keywords in our diction now. We have got these keywords in our diction. So
Right,
these
sir.
keywords
Overriding.
should- Huh? What is happening over here?
Override.
Overriding, sir.
Right, yes. So what will the child class do?
Overriding.
Override
Override.
like methods.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now, how many methods are there in D class?
D class have one method.
One.
Total methods.
Sir, here only one you mentioned downside, sir.
So I have not done extends,
We are extending C as well, so we have to.
extend C, right? So it
Yes,
has got
sir.
F1 also.
And F2.
Two functions.
F1 has got what inherited and F2 has been overridden, correct?
Yes, sir. Right.
Now, can I make object of D class?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And
We can.
what reference can I have? What are the options of references I can have?
We have an option of two parents as well as child class.
I can have CC as new D also,
Yes.
or I can have,
DC. DD.
correct?
Yes, sir.
Getting it, guys?
Yes.
Okay, now on the contrary, what is a final class now? Farooq,
Sir, which we cannot override.
class is not overridden. You override a method, Farooq. You inherit a class, you override a method, Farooq.
Yes, sir. Sir, final is basically the opposite of the abstract class.
Perfect. So what will happen if I write final class C?
Overload.
Mhm. Class is extended, Farooq. Methods are overridden and overloaded. Overloading and overriding are with regards to methods. With regards to
Methods.
methods. With regards to class, we have inheritance. We have what?
Inheritance.
So what will happen over here if I write final class C?
It cannot be
It cannot
overrided.
be
Override.
override and overload with regards to methods, Shabana.
Override, sir.
Yeah, so override and overload both times. You will
Overriding means write once again in a functions, and overloading have a same name,
I'm not
same.
asking what I'm not asking.
Talking about the class, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
When I add final class C, what am I doing to class C now? Okay, if I say final
You
class C,
cannot extend
absolutely. Who's this?
method this side.
Mehtab, I'll send you a Pizza Hut voucher for large,
Cadbury.
yeah, for large 12-inch pizza of your choice. Please text me. I'll send you a Pizza Hut coupon. I'll email it to you. Okay.
Okay,
Perfect.
thank
It
you.
says it cannot be extended. So now if I try to extend C, it will throw an error. Why?
Partiality, sir. It's a partiality, sir.
No, I was looking for that keyword. In the interview, the interviewer is looking for certain keywords. He is not interested in the elaborative answer of 2-3 sentences. If you can give him that keyword which he is looking for in the first sentence, he will directly ask the next question. And if you start explaining paragraph after paragraph, and you have not taken that keyword which he is looking for in the answer, then you keep on speaking for half an hour also, he will say, okay, keep talking. So I was looking for that keyword. He told you cannot extend that class, means you cannot inherit that class. You cannot, what we can do to a final class cannot be. So
Sir,
again I
when
come.
we give
What
all
is
options, then all
the
options are wrong, and last option is remaining is a extend, and he
so now I
says the
come back
extend
to
one.
the recap.
Then he is the hero.
If I now I come to this recap now, okay? I come to the recap. Okay, now who will summarize this for me? It was Mehtab, right? All of pizza man. Who won
Yes,
the
sir.
pizza prize? Mehtab. Yes, Mehtab.
Mehtab,
Please,
sir.
Mehtab, please summarize these 4 keywords. So let's say if in the interview you are asked, so how will you explain them in one sentence each, taking the proper keyword which I'm expecting? Abstract method. Explain it to me in 2 words, only 2 words.
Sir,
Sir, I
abstract
think
method
Coupon
to
will
it, you
come back to you.
extend and if you declare, and class final you
No,
cannot
abstract
extend.
method. Explain to me in 2-3 words only. Try to take minimum number of words to explain me this.
Method you can extend and class does not extend.
Abstract method you can.
Yeah,
Means you will tell your friend you can come if your
we
wish.
can.
If you have time, you come. You don't have time, you don't come. Is it? You will say can. You will use the word can. To invite your best friend, you will say can.
Visa cancel.
Huh? Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, I guess I'll have to reverse the decision now. It is must override,
Yes, sir. Yeah.
not can. It is must. You have to come. So
Yes,
abstract
sir.
method is,
Must
Must
override.
override.
and final method
Does not
Must.
override.
Yes, sir.
cannot override. Cannot.
Cannot.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You have to emphasize on when you say must.
Okay.
Okay. So understand that the emphasis is very necessary. Okay. When you say no, iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in, that iya is emphasis.
Yes,
That to
sir.
you only we pray, and to you only we ask for help.
Yes,
So that
sir.
must should be emphasized. That abstract keyword must
Must
override,
override.
and a final method
Cannot override.
cannot override. What is abstract class?
Should have abstract keyword and
Extend keyword is used here.
Yeah, so you will say must inherit. You have
Yes.
to inherit
Yes,
it. What do you say?
must inherit it.
And what is final class?
Cannot
Cannot.
inherit.
Getting it?
Inherit.
You use inherit
Yes,
with
sir.
Yes, sir.
regards to classes, and you read over and overload with regards to methods. That is what I was emphasizing on. Overload and override with regards to which term?
Methods.
Loading and overriding are with regards to methods. So when you are explaining method, you will use the word override and overload. But if you're explaining classes, you will explain it with regards to inherit. So you cannot say class is overloaded. You don't overload a class, you overload a method. Getting it?
Yes.
So just
Yes, sir. Sir, are we going to get the recording by tomorrow? Because it is an important class.
yeah. I'll ask Sakib bhai to do it ASAP. So you all get it within half an hour. Is yesterday's class uploaded? Yesterday's class? Yesterday's
No.
recording is uploaded. So, and you implement the interface. What you do? So if I have class E, which implements, what is the interface name? What is the interface name? Interface name is what? B, right? So now what is the responsibility of class E? Now class E can be of two types now. It can be abstract or it can be concrete. So when is class E abstract and when is class E concrete? Who will tell me? How many abstract methods are there in interface B?
One.
It's E, sir.
Is it?
One method.
Is it?
Abstract D. Okay, yes, it's two.
Bravo.
Two.
How many abstract methods are there in interface B?
Two, sir.
methods.
Two. So if I say class E implements B, class E has an option of being two. Either it can be abstract class or it can be concrete class. My question is, when is class E abstract and when is class E concrete?
Abstract, sir.
No, it has option of both. It can be both.
Okay. Okay.
When it can be abstract and when can it be concrete?
When it use abstract method, both of these is
It depends on the
called
body.
abstract.
Yes, correct. Depends on the body. See,
Depending on the calling
if
of
it
body.
overrides both, if it overrides both the
Yes.
methods,
Yes.
if it overrides both the method, then class E will become
Abstract.
concrete. Why abstract? It has a word in both.
Because it will get the body from subclass.
If it overrides both the methods,
Okay.
overrides both the method, F1 also giving it some body, and it overrides F2 also giving it some body.
Right.
Then class E is which class?
Concrete class.
Concrete class. It has two methods and both have body, correct?
Right.
Right.
But if it overrides only one method and doesn't do the second method, then now
Abstract class.
the class E now has one abstract method, which is F2, correct?
Yes.
So then I will have to say abstract class E. Simple concept it is. So when can the class E, when can the class which is implementing an interface, when can it be abstract and when can it be concrete? I guess guys will stop here because then I guess this will overflow. But I wanted some session tomorrow, I guess, because this is in continuation. So this will sink in. But if I take a gap of 5 days and then we continue with this, then
We
you all
can
Can you give it gap of at least 1 day gap?
Actually, we
1 or
have
2 days.
the meeting is on tomorrow morning, will be the night at India about the AML group as well. So it will be, very much back to back if you
Yes.
wanted to.
because
Give approximate 2 days gap, then
I don't want to give much gap because we have reached till overloading, overriding, abstract, final, interface. So I want to do practical
let's keep
also.
some time for the practice.
There I haven't given anything to practice only. I want to take a practical and then give out to practice. Today's practical is
Okay.
this, right? Today's
Yes.
practical was only this.
Mhm.
And it's an MBA and Yamaha.
Yes.
That's the only practical we did today.
Yes,
So-
sir. We haven't received the recording for the yesterday class as well. So we would appreciate if we can have the recording for both of the class and then give us at least a day time and we will
Then
go
let's
through all
take
the
it
recording.
on Monday then, right?
Yes, sir. Here in US is Friday night right now. So I would prefer it if it would be Sunday night.
Sunday night for you, so we'll have Monday morning for us, right?
Right, sir.
So Monday morning, 9 o'clock Indian time. I'll talk to the management and I'll schedule a session for that. Okay, I'll confirm on the group what they have to say. If they agree on it, then we'll have a session on Monday. Then we'll do the practical of all this abstract class, final method, okay, in interface, and then I'll give you all 3-4 days to practice.
Sure, sir. Or you can create a poll as well. So, I mean, the student can,
Okay,
participate.
I'll talk to them and I'll get a poll. Okay.
Sure. Thank you, sir.
Bye, guys. Take care.
Bye, Sim.